they offer me 40 hours of community service. Is that still on the table?
Okay,
If I enter like an oral motion of dismissal based on constitutional grounds, are you standing on your constitutional oath?
That
Yeah,
may that may pass.
it says automobile, horse, drawn wagon, or carriage. So
okay, so
an
Mr.
automobile is not necessarily a car if it's a household good.
But
I
all
mean,
of those things are not
an
true.
automobile was actually created before a driver's license was ever.
Alright guys, today we've got a wild court hearing featuring, you guessed it, a sovereign citizen. And this guy? He's out here doing the usual sovereign citizen routine, claiming he wasn't driving, he was traveling. Yeah? Okay, bro. We all know that's not how the law works. He just won't stop talking either. It's non-stop rambling, throwing out random legal jargon like it's some kind of magic spell that'll make the charges disappear. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Now, to be honest, the judge in this one? She's a bit soft, in my opinion. I feel like she could have shut him down way harder. But hey, let me know in the comments what you think. Was she too lenient, or did she handle it right? Alright, let's dive in and watch this sovereign citizen completely embarrass himself in court.
Yes, I
Okay,
hear you.
so you're before the court on 2019 CR 04954 for driving on a suspended or revoked license, no license, failure to display license, or failure to have license on person. I'm not sure, it cuts off, and no tag or expired or invalid tag. So that's on the first case. On the case from 2020 03114, you have a suspended or revoked license. You're represented by Lister and Holt on one of the cases, but not on the other. Did you want Lister and Holt to represent you, or did you want to represent yourself
I represent myself.
on both cases?
Yes, ma'am. I have a quick question as far as locker term when it comes to driver's license.
Okay.
Um, okay, you're only allowed to have one driver's license, and
Right.
I have an Alabama driver's license. So when I get pulled over, I actually show them my Alabama driver's license, and it's current. It's the most current, and so they make a determination if they should go off the Georgia driver's license or the Alabama driver's license. And when I present the Alabama driver's license, they let me go because my Alabama license is valid. And you're only allowed to have one. And I had Alabama license first. So
I
my
believe
Georgia
this sounds
driver's
like a not
license,
guilty.
excuse me?
Okay. So, Mr. Resto, what Mr. Taylor is saying is this is something that you could prove at trial. If you present that information at trial, then that means you want to go to trial instead of taking a plea. I don't know what the recommendation is, and I don't
Well,
know.
the recommendation was, I think I've been dealing with this case for an awful long time now, so I
Yeah.
don't really want to go to trial. I just want to get it behind me. But I think that the recommendation, I remember the recommendation quite clear. They offered me 40 hours of community service. Is that still on the table?
Okay. No, Mr. Resto, it's
This guy is seriously out here trying to negotiate during a pre-hearing like he's at a flea market or something. I mean, come on. I honestly don't blame the judge and the prosecutor for laughing. This sovereign citizen stuff is so out there, it's hard to believe people still try it. And the best part? He says all this nonsense with a completely straight face. Like, how? I couldn't imagine being a judge and dealing with these clowns every day. I'd be handing out contempt charges left and right. Also, shout out to the prosecutor, I'm actually finding him pretty funny in this one. His little remarks are low-key hilarious. Let me know what you think of him so far in the comments. Alright, let's get back into it and watch this train wreck unfold.
more than that. So the basic fines and fees for driving on a suspended license is the first time in 5 years. If you get one, then you can enter a NOLO plea if you have a NOLO plea eligible to you, and then the fine is $500. But if you get a second one, the fine goes to $1,000. A third one, the fine goes to $1,500 and 10 days mandatory jail time. You have a second one, which means that you might be able to enter a NOLO to the first one, but then the second one is outstanding. So when you took a plea to the second one, that would definitely suspend your license. So that's what's on the table.
Okay, now if I enter like an oral motion of dismissal based on constitutional grounds, are you standing on your constitutional oath?
Okay,
Or did,
I'm not sure what that is. So I have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution and to make sure that I treat people as the law would direct me to do so. So,
okay. Well, I asked this question previously when I was in your courtroom one day in regards to the right to travel under the 14th Amendment, stating that citizens do not need a permit to travel with a horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile without interference by police. And I was on a public highway actually when I got pulled over.
okay, so that's not actually in the Constitution.
And
So
I
the
don't
right to
believe
travel, the right
automobiles
to
were
travel.
around when the 14th Amendment was ratified.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Taylor.
I just wanted to point out to the court that automobiles hadn't been invented when the 14th Amendment was ratified. That
Yeah,
may have been effective.
it says automobile, horse, drawn wagon, or carriage.
Okay,
So an
let's
automobile is not necessarily a car if it's a household good. It's just a form of transportation. It doesn't matter if it's an automobile, horse, drawn wagon, or carriage, because it's still a form of transportation, and citizens have the right to travel without interference by police. So I don't even know how the police are even allowed to interfere with travel when I'm not using my vehicle for commerce.
Your Honor,
And it's
hold on, Mr.
totally.
Taylor.
Why isn't the judge shutting this sovereign citizen down already? I seriously don't get it. Judges literally have the authority and responsibility to keep things on track. It's their job to stop people from wasting the court's time with nonsense like this. You can even see the prosecutor practically begging the judge to move things along. She has all the control in the world here, but for some reason, she's just not using it, and I honestly have no idea why. People like this sovereign citizen? They should get a 30-second hearing, tops. Instead, this drags on for over 20 minutes. Stuff like this is exactly why the court system gets so backed up. Is this a hot take? I don't know, I just don't see many people calling this out. Should the judge have been more firm here? Or is she handling it just fine? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now let's dive back in and see how the rest of this circus plays out.
You drove 100 miles an hour into the back of your vehicle and killed a family member. Would you want the police to interfere?
That's murder. I mean, that's if someone got killed.
But they're traveling. You can't interfere with somebody traveling.
No, I mean you can't. It's stating that a police just can't interfere with your traveling, like pulling you over for a traffic violation or a tag.
But you want them to interfere if somebody.
Now, if you murder somebody because of
say you don't murder them. Say you just hurt them. Say you just damaged the vehicle. You don't want the police to interfere.
No, that's when it almost becomes like an accident or a crime or whatnot. So the police can. That's not really an interference. An interference with your traveling, not an interference when two citizens engage in an accident. It's interfering with you just traveling. Now, police officers, as far as public servants, they have a duty to serve to the people. So if a car accident occurs, then of course public servants, as far as ambulance, as far as firemen, they will come to the scene just as a service. But for you to just interfere in my traveling is actually a violation of the Constitution.
Well, sir, the Constitution and the cases that have come out of the constitutional jurisprudence allow cities and states and municipal organizations to regulate travel for the benefit of the citizens. So they can put reasonable regulations on travel, meaning you can have a license. They can grant you the privilege of having a license to drive. They can regulate how your license is seen. If you don't have a license, or if your license is suspended, they can intervene to take your license away or your privilege to drive away. It is a crime. You can be convicted of not driving under a proper license. So the government is allowed to intervene in a lot of ways with people traveling. So I'm not sure where this information comes from, but there's a lot of stuff on the internet about traveling and the 14th Amendment and horse and buggies and even maritime law. But all of those things are not true.
automobile was actually created before.
This sovereign citizen seriously just said that automobiles were invented before driver's licenses. So apparently that means driver's licenses aren't constitutional? Are you kidding me? Look, just because something existed before a law was created doesn't mean the law doesn't apply. That's like saying you don't have to pay taxes because the IRS didn't exist when money was first invented. It makes zero sense. Driver's licenses are 100% constitutional. They exist to make sure people actually know how to drive and understand the rules of the road. It's not complicated, it's about public safety and order. And honestly, getting a license isn't even that difficult or expensive. The idea that you can just opt out of the law because it didn't exist at the exact moment cars were invented? Pure nonsense. I don't know what this guy's deal is, whether he truly believes this or just thinks he's found some legal loophole, but either way, it's completely disconnected from reality. Let's jump back in and see what else he throws at the court.
So people was actually their case pamphlets where people was actually operating vehicles before a driver's license ever became. That's actually, you guys are actually a conflict of interest, actually, as far as you being in cahoots with the DMV. That's a totally separate entity.
Okay,
And for
so
some reason,
Mr. Resto, do you want to resolve the case? Because it's not
I
going
want
to
to
be
resolve the
40
case.
hours of
I disagree with the fine amount because it changed. I would I would make an offer like I can do $1,000, maybe 12-month probation.
Mr.
But
Resto.
$2,000, that's excessive.
Mr. Resto, we're not negotiating. Those are statutory fines, meaning they're written into the law. I can't even change them.
Can I make a counter offer to the state and say it's $1,000? Can I be?
No,
Because I did do
sir.
time in jail. If the state would see that and count.
That's why I'm saying that you may want to speak with an attorney, because certain things that they can negotiate, I can't change the statute. I can't change what's written in it, but they can negotiate. And if the solicitor wants to give you credit for time in jail in lieu of the fine, those are things that they can do that I can't do.
Yeah. So I would ask to the district attorney, knowing that I did serve some days in jail, can you guys lower the fine and I just go ahead and end this case right now? I can do 1,000. I got $1,000 right now.
Mr. Resto, so that's a conversation that you need to have with them directly without me being present, number one. Number two, the reason I keep saying you might want to go through your attorney is because they can explain to you what is already on the table and how that may or may not change, okay?
What's on the table now?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I would rather you have that conversation in a breakout room with the attorney who's assigned to your case and with the state, as opposed to here in the main room. One, because I have other cases that need to be addressed, and two, because that's not information I need to hear.
Okay, is it anything I can do to get this case resolved now? Because it's been lingering on.
I'm telling you what to do, but you're not listening, Mr. Reston. Mr. Resto,
I mean, today, I want to resolve this today.
I get that you want to resolve it today, and I'm telling you what to do, but you're not listening to me. I said you can go into a breakout room with your attorney, and the attorney and you can discuss what's already on the table, and then if your attorney wishes to speak with the state to clarify anything, they can do that too. But you're not going to get it resolved by going back and forth with me, because there's stuff I cannot do.
Okay, just tell the state that I'll take their recommendation. I'll just pay the $2,000 if they can give me 12 months to pay it off. And if I pay it off early, if my probation would be terminated, that would be cool.
And that's the last we heard from this guy, for the day, anyway. This sovereign citizen literally just got up and walked out of the hearing. I'm pretty sure the judge issued a bench warrant after he pulled that stunt, and honestly, rightfully so. But don't worry, I've got his second court appearance coming up, and I'll be posting that tomorrow, so stay tuned. Let's be real though, this guy is a textbook example of a sovereign citizen trying to dodge a $2,000 fine by playing legal make-believe. Like, bro, saying you're traveling instead of driving isn't some magic phrase that makes fines disappear. That's not how any of this works. I'm not even gonna go on a full rant here, this guy drained my brain cells. But I do want to hear what you guys thought of this hearing. The big question I have is, was the judge too soft? Personally, I think she was, but maybe that's a hot take. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you enjoy these kinds of courtroom reactions and breakdowns, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I really appreciate all your support. Drop any recommendations for other cases you want to see in the comments too. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone.